Yes, hello, welcome back again. My name's Barrister King. Actually, today we are going to now see physically or practically what happens or what we should expect after doing our roast. And we've done maybe this already degassing, and also there are some of the things actually as a roaster you've done to ensure that now your coffee is ready for consumption. So today we are going to look at the three main points or things that a barista or a roaster should do after they have received or they have finished roasting their coffee. So now we just need to do the simplest things that we can tell or we can use to see or we can use as roasters or baristas to realize that or tell this is the kind of coffee and this is a roast. Now what I'm going to expect from this coffee when I'm serving to the customer is this and this. So today we're only going to look at the simplest things. Yeah, when you want to tell a kind of roast or kind of coffee that you've received or you've made, you can look it by making or doing physical observation. So first of all, you should observe the coffee beans. Make sure that you observe the beans very well and you can tell this is my roast, this is the kind of beans I have received. It's either medium or it's light medium or it's dark medium or it's dark roast. So you can physically tell the kind of beans you have or you are using as a barista by observing physically on the kind of beans. Then number two, you can first of all you can as well do some of the dry aromas. Try to smell the coffee beans while they're still in whole. So you take the beans, sniff, smell, and tell this kind of beans can be like this. This is what I expect from these beans. Then number three, also you can do a grind. You can do grind depending on the type of the grinder you have, or using your manual grinder or the shop grinder. You can grind the coffee into different grind levels. For example, you can try fine, medium, medium coarse, and coarse. So when you do like this, or you grind your coffee into these intervals or these levels, you can now also do a smelling or sniffing as well to now realize what are the aromas in the coffee, what do you expect as dry aromas from this kind of coffee that you have received. So the dry aromas can be told, you can feel them, you can realize this coffee has these dry aromas by sniffing or even just grinding. When you're grinding it, you can feel the smell of the beans. Now you can tell this bean has more of this, it has more of this, or I expect this and this and this from this kind of beans. So if you want to try dry aromas, you just need first of all try the whole beans, the roasted beans. Then you can grind it into different intervals. For example, fine grind, medium grind, coarse grind, for you to be able to tell this is the kind of smell or these aromas I expect from this kind of beans. So for example, my beans, this one is Brazilian coffee beans. I grind them for slightly coarse. So for me to recognize or to realize the aromas, I need to have a smell of the beans or even just disturb the beans a little bit, the grind beans, and feel the aromas of the beans. So from this you can now tell, during my dry aromas beans, I can feel some nuts, I can feel something like chocolate, for example, or I can feel something like dark caramel, something like this. So when you do dry test or you're trying to test the dry aromas of the coffee beans, you need to first of all do at beans themselves. You can use feel the beans or smell the beans. Then you can grind them into different levels. For example, fine, medium, or dark. No, sorry, from grind from fine, medium, or coarse. I mean, so after that, now we have another point where you will now want to know more. How does the bean smell or feel when you add water. You should make sure that your water is at 90 degrees, and we recommend mostly for you to try when the beans are grinded coarse, because when you grind coarse beans, you'll be able for you to feel the aromas of the beans easier than you grind fine. Because when you grind more fine, you have actually reduced all the molecules, so you'll have an imbalanced smell or aromas for the coffee. So it's better to grind coarse for you to be able to tell now the aromas, the boldy aromas that come from the bean. So you can add maybe water into your coffee, just slightly coffee. Then you can as well feel the wet aromas. This when you doing the cold one, yeah. So the wet aromas you can tell by adding water, actually 90 degrees water temperature. Then you can as well feel the wet aromas of the taste or the moist air that's coming from the beans. You can tell now this one is like this. So this is a very also crucial point, because there's also, you'll be able to tell if your coffee has body. So if the coffee has good body or the coffee has degassed completely, you can as well tell, because there'll be no more air inside the coffee. So you can be able to, if there's too much air inside the coffee or the bubbles, you mean that the coffee still has not yet degassed very well. But if there's slightly a little bit of the air bubbles, little bit of it is okay, it's allowed, because sometimes you cannot ignore, you cannot remove all the airs or the carbon from the bean. So this what happens. So when you want to feel the wet aromas, you add water, and the water should be 90 degrees, not too much, because if you use extra hot water it will burn the coffee. You will not have that best smell or balanced aromas from the coffee. So the recommended water is 90 degrees hot water. You can as well add. Then you can as well go more and try what we call slapping. Slapping is when you try the coffee, you taste into your mouth by feeling the level of acidity, the sweetness, and anything that you would like to know from the coffee. So from the wet aromas, you can as well do what we call slapping. So this point, you can slap coffee into your mouth and make sure that your tongue is washed, meaning you should, before you do slapping, drink water or take a little bit of water. Make sure that there's no different taste into your mouth, so that you can be able to get the balanced taste of the coffee. So when you're done with the wet aromas, you can now slap. So slapping will tell you if the coffee has a balanced acidity or the body is okay, or the coffee, what you expect from this coffee when you are going to serve to the customer is this and this and this. So those are 3 points you can tell by grinding the coffee or feel the dry aromas. Number 2, you add water in the coffee for the wet aromas, so for you to feel the smell or the wetness of the coffee, the oil moisture. Then number 3, you can do also what you call slapping. Slapping, you're taking the coffee. Don't drink the coffee, because you can drink it in a more good way, but just try to slap, put into your mouth, feel the taste, flavors, then sip it off. I think at least for this point we have now actually understood how we can tell this kind of roast, this kind of beans and their region of origin, and how we can be able to give the best coffee to our clients.